Oh, like a lot's changed, I guess, in 10 months, yeah.
Well, hello to all our New Hope family. My name is Aaron Case, and I am the planting pastor and lead pastor of Central City Church here in Bismarck. And this is my friend Jay. And before I even moved here, we started talking. My wife actually found you on Facebook, right? That's how we connected, right?
Yeah.
And talk a little bit about that. What prompted you to, you posted a message on a local Facebook page, just wanting to talk to a pastor, and what was kind of on your heart at the time?
Well, quite a few things. First one was feeling like my life was in a rut. I ran the same routine for like 10 years and kind of stuck in it. And on top of that, it was affecting my marriage. And I needed to do something to try to, change, or not so much change, but think about something else. And I don't know what it was that made me want to reach a pastor, but I ended up doing it, and Mary answered.
Church wasn't a part of your life, but what were like some of your thoughts about God and faith?
I've had a few friends that, they were pretty involved in whatever religion they were involved in, and one part it was I didn't believe it. Another part was a lot of important people passed away in my life, and at one point I even if I pray, are they going to get better? And it didn't. I mean, things went south, and so at that point it was like, well, I'm mad at you, God. Like, why did you? Everyone told me if I did this, something good was supposed to happen, and it didn't. And so for, I'd say, a good part of my adult life, I wanted nothing to do with it.
So we started hanging out a little bit, and since then, how's God made himself real to you?
All right, well, so since talking to you, our conversations was, I'm gonna ease into it. I let you know, this is all new to me, and I'm still kind of angry at God or Jesus or whoever I'm supposed to be. There'd be, the first situation was at the mall, and some random guy just approached me, and he's like, I want to pray for you. And I asked him why, and he's like, something called me over here to pray for you. And I'm like, oh yeah? And he's like, yeah. He's like someone wants me to reach out to you, and I just want to let you know that God's here and he loves you. And I'm kind of it threw me back, and being new to it, I turned him away, and and I did it as nice as I could. I was like, I'm sorry, but and he was nice about it, and he left, and he's like, I just want you to know that that there are people that love you, and that do pray for you. I'm like, okay. And then the other time was, we were all the way in the Mall of America. Some guys at a kiosk that were doing wine testing for some reason. They asked me, and I told them, I was like, no, I'm not. I don't drink. As I was walking away, he's like, I need to talk to you for a second. I was like, what? I was like, yeah, what's going on? And he's like, well, someone's calling me to pray for you. And he's like, I just want you to know that God loves you, and someone is just drawing me towards you. They want me to pray for you and everything. Is that okay? And again, still kind of I'm like, I really appreciate it. I really, really do. As just not ready for that quite yet.
Yeah.
And he's like, yes. And same thing. He's like, all right, just know, God loves you. And then he walked away. And I'm like, so yeah, stuff like that.
So, and you still have some questions. You still have some pain and some, some hard questions, right?
Yeah.
That you're seeking answers to. But in the process of that, have you learned anything about Jesus that may be new to you, or that Jesus is different than maybe I thought before?
He said, still learning, a big part of it. The way you break it down, and actually let us know, this book was written for people way back, and during their times, and obviously our times have changed. So trying to take what I'm learning here into life, and there's days where I'm pushed, but there's, it's kind of just calm down and remember just different things I've learned. And this whole experience has definitely made me more social, and talking, being a little more open with everyone. I remember first coming, and I was just quiet. I didn't want to talk. I'm just like, oh, I'll listen. I showed up. I said I'd show up. I showed up. And now it's actually participating and slowly trying to get involved. And so yeah, everything's been like positive so far. Like,
Yeah.
it's completely different from what I thought it would be anyways.